Hello everyone. This is Wednesday, April 7th, 2021. It's about 1:30 p.m. and it's 12 degrees Celsius out. Not a bad day. Pretty good day for a walk, I'd say. Today, if you wonder what I'm doing in the middle of all these cars out here in the parking lot, I'm at Bayers Lake Shopping Center. And this is a large plaza in Halifax, kind of on the outskirts of Halifax. Up beyond Fairview, beyond Clayton Park area, and keep on going up, and you'll come to Bayers Lake, which is, that's about the only thing out here. There's a few other things, but it's mostly this shopping center, what brings people to Bayers Lake. So okay, so I'm going to try to cover as much as I can in about an hour here. And I started kind of in the center, so I'm going to try to get up to the end of it, walk around, come down the other side, and then back up through the other end I wasn't at. Okay, if that makes any sense. Okay, so let's get going. And you can see it's it's a very big plaza here. It goes for a long ways. So we're going to try to cover as much of this as we can. And there's everything in here. There's clothing stores. I see they got a CAA office, which is good to know where that is. There's the shoe company. There's more suits. There's Canadian Tire. There's big stores like Walmart is up here. Whoops, Walmart is up here, and supermarkets and all kinds of stuff. Lots of fast food places, which we will notice some of them. And Canada Computers is right down there across from here, which is a big computer store. So we'll continue on through here. And it's windy out, so I'm trying to shield my microphone. But what's new in Halifax? It's windy every day. There's only a few. I say summertime is your best time without wind. But springtime, winter, fall, it's all wind. So that's the woes of videoing and trying to protect your microphone from the wind, which I think I'm doing all right. So I've been out in some wind before and managed to keep my mic shielded, so it wasn't too bad. So there's a big Canadian Tire store, and this is large. It goes all the way up past where those bay doors are up there. It's all Canadian Tire, this whole store clear up to there. So they do mechanic work here as well. You got a West's Parts and Service and an auto center. And they sell. If anybody doesn't know what Canadian Tire is, it's like a everything store. They sell hunting gear, clothes, boots. They fix your cars. They sell car parts. Now they're limited in the car parts they sell. They don't sell like UAP or any of that. They just sell some car parts. If it's a specialized thing, you're not going to get it here. So there's got limitations on the car parts. But you can get tires. That's how it started out, I guess, as a tire dealership selling tires. But now it's everything. It's everything from hardware. You can buy paint and paint scrapers and you name it. They sell it in there. And there's the Breck, which is a big furniture chain in Canada. This is quite a large store here. And they're all over Ontario and Quebec and everywhere. So, I keep on here. And now, this is about as far as I probably want to go up this way, because the plaza ends up there, so I'm going to go down onto the street down this way, and we'll show you all the things that's down here on the main street through here, and then there's stuff down the other side. There's a part of it down there where you see the giant Tiger store, Canada Computers and all that, and so there's a lot up in here. Chapters is over there, and Dairy Queen, which I've been in there 2 or 3 times, is here. Well, I guess the wind's not going to be too bad. It comes in puffs, and then it settles down and you get another puff. We're on high country out here. Bayers Lake is high up. You can see for miles out here. You cross the hills, and we're really high. When you're downtown in Halifax, you're sheltered from a lot of the wind because it's right down at the bottom of all the hills. And yeah, if you're near the ocean, you can get wind off the ocean, but usually you're blocked by buildings and things like that. But up here it's always windy. I've never been up to Bayers Lake yet. I didn't feel the wind. The other morning there was snow on the grass up here, and there wasn't anywhere else. I didn't see any snow. Halifax or over in Dartmouth where I live, I just saw snow up here because it's high elevation, and if there is any flurries, for sure it will be up here. You can see most of these stores are huge up in here, like Chapters is big, and the Canadian Tire is big, and all the stores, the chains, all the big store chains are large up here. More so than they would be downtown or in a lot of places. They're huge up here. So I guess we can start back across from right here, almost to the end of the street that way. So we'll just go the other direction and try to cover everything on both sides, and then we'll come back up through by the Walmart and back up to where I left my car. So that sounds like a good way to cover Bayers Lake, and it should probably take the best part of an hour to do that. Now down that way there is some more stuff beyond that intersection, but most of it's up here. Okay, so there's Party City. They have that in Ontario too, which you have up here. A lot of things you see in Ontario you see here, like PetSmart, they have that up there. And Canada Computers, I first saw that in Ontario. So we'll walk through this whole place, and I'll try to show you as much stuff as I can that's in here. All right. Got a lot of fast food places, McDonald's and Burger King and Dairy Queen and Tim Hortons is in here. Just about all the fast food places are somewhere up in here. As you'll see, some of the good places too, like Montana's and places like that. There's Montana's right there, beyond that Canadian Tire sign. But I'm getting some wind. I'm going to try to shield my mic again. It'd be nice if this wind would just stop blowing. But that's what it is when you live on the coast, near the ocean. You get a lot of wind. But I can tell you firsthand, it can get hot here in the summer. It can get really hot, and there won't be any wind. But right now we're experiencing a lot of wind. So I'm shielding my mic. I hope I'm doing a good job keeping the wind off it. And I hope you can still hear me all right. So basically when you're in Bayers Lake, you shopping area, you got one main street down through here. And if I happen to see a street sign, I'll tell you what it is, but I may not see one. So you got one main street down through here, and you got most of the shopping areas up on that side, but there is a considerable amount of stuff down here too. But it don't go way back like it does here. Just so there's more up on that side, but there's still quite a bit of stuff here. As I'll point out as we go, we got Marshall's over there in Dollarama, and Mark's Work Warehouse. They sell boots, work like steel-toe boots and coats and reflective gear and all kinds of things, denim jackets and all kinds of things like that. Yeah, I couldn't even name half the stuff they sell in there. All right, so there's Five Guys. That's in Ontario as well, which is a food place. There's a Gap. And there's Pizza Delight over there. You don't see a lot of those around these days, but there's a Pizza Delight. Bell Alliant got an office in there. A&W's down here, Subway. Well, at least I got a nice dry day, no rain, and the sun's out. You can see we got a lot of blue sky today. There's a few fluffy clouds up there, but I don't think they'll cause any trouble. And so it's a good day for a walk. Right now I don't have any wind. I'm going to try to keep my camera focused too. I think I was letting that go a little bit high there. So my rule of thumb is show the sidewalk, see some sky, and be able to see on both sides of you. And then you'll have it about right. And this is Wednesday, so I dropped my son off at work again today. But I'm in a different area of the city, so I can probably get back a little quicker than I could last week when I was doing a video down in Point Pleasant Park. When I got back, he was standing out there waiting for me. So he doesn't drive, so I have to drive him to wherever he's working, and that's what he has to do because he doesn't drive. Well, let's see. We'll go a little bit more. We'll go a little bit more down, and then we'll walk up towards Walmart, and I'll show all the stuff that's up there. So over in there, you got Mattress Mart, and that company is the head of that company is in Ontario as well, but they branched out and came down here to Atlantic Canada. Same as Sleep Country. Sleep Country started up there too, but they branched out and moved into Atlantic Canada, and they're doing well. And Mattress Mart's doing well. That's two locations I know of. There's one up in Dartmouth Crossing, which is a plaza area similar to Bayers Lake. You have all the same stores up in that one that you do here, but they're quite a ways apart. So if I were to get in my car here and drive to Dartmouth Crossing, it'd probably take me a half an hour, maybe more, maybe 40 minutes, at least half an hour to get there from here. So what you see here, you got almost the same thing over in Dartmouth Crossing. But this one is on the Halifax side. Dartmouth Crossing is on the Dartmouth side, of course. I've never done a tour of Dartmouth Crossing. One day I will. But today we're going to do Bayers Lake. There's Tim Hortons, and just like every Tim Hortons, the drive-through is non-stop. And there's not many Tim Hortons, even in the small towns where they only got one Tim Hortons. The drive-through is almost non-stop. Well, I can't knock it. I go to Tim Hortons a couple times a day, sometimes 3, for sure 2. I've only been there once today yet, because I had things to do, but I'll probably go again before too long. There's Kent Building Supply, and they're huge here. That is a big store. I think there's 2 of them here too. Maybe when I change direction I won't get so much wind. I'm kind of hoping that's what happens, because this wind is really, really loud here. And I hope you're not hearing it too loud in the microphone, because it would be annoying, because I can hear it in my ears and I can barely hear myself. That's how loud it is in my ears. So this is pretty much the end of the plaza down this way. So we'll walk up the hill from here. Well, you can see how big that home improvement warehouse Kent Building Supplies is. It's huge. It's bigger than some towns' malls. And that's only one store. I've been in towns where they got what they call a mall. I wouldn't really call it much of a mall, but Kent Building Supplies is bigger than their malls. I got to be careful here because I haven't got much room to walk. I got to get across the street because somebody might run over me. There's no sidewalk here. So I got to walk on the grass, but over there I had a cement wall and I didn't have any way to get away from the cars. So you can see if you look over there, there's a cement wall right beside the road. So it's not very people friendly for walking up here. Most people that come to Bayers Lake shopping, they come in a car, which I did too. And you wouldn't probably come out here if you didn't have a car, not likely. You could take the bus out here. But it'd be quite an inconvenience, I would think, if you don't have a car. They're introducing spring cleaning here on this bank. There's masks everywhere, litter and paper. That's something you don't usually see in Halifax. There's litter strewn about, but it is here. And almost every city in this country has got a Costco, and there's no exception here. There's a big Costco store. When I was in Ontario, I hauled mattresses for Sealy Mattress, and I've been to most of these stores: Sleep Country, Mattress Mart, Costco. Costco sells a lot of mattresses too. They don't have a big variety. They have maybe 2 or 3 kinds, but they sell them at a really good price, and they move a lot of mattresses in a week. So that's why I used to come to Costco just about at least once a week. I like to go to a Costco. And then they had a big warehouse in Toronto that was at least a couple of hundred loading doors. It was huge. Might be more than that. Could be 300. There's a lot of loading doors there anyway. So we're going to go across here now once you get a chance to get across, because we're pretty well to the back end of all these stores, and we'll walk right down through the plaza so you can see everything pretty well that's here. Most of the stuff on the other side of the road, we've covered it, and now we got to get across the roadway here. All right, I think I'm good now. I got a feel I might be out of the wind a little better now once you get up here at the stores. I got the wind at my back, and maybe, hopefully, the stores are going to shield me a little bit from the wind too. I think they will, because I'm looking at those flags up there, and those flags are blowing like from my left, and I got a whole bunch of stores on my left. So I should be out of the wind once I get up here. I see a noticeable difference already. Just having this wall here and this door and things here, there's hardly any wind now. So that's a good way to do it. We'll stick close to the mall. It's not a mall, it's a plaza. It's not even a plaza really, it's too big to be a plaza. It's called a shopping center. So it's Bayers Road, or not Bayers Road, sorry, ignore that. There is a Bayers Road here, but in fact you might get on it to get here. This is Bayers Lake Shopping Center. So I got to stay out a little bit away from the wall so you can see the stores that are here. And let me just check my time and see how we're doing there. 21 minutes. Okay, we're good. Yeah, we got 21 minutes on here yet. I don't mind going up to about an hour, which would be good. I get lots of walking in and besides, so that's good. All right, we'll continue on up through here. This place has gradually grown over the years. It started out as just a few, then it got bigger and bigger and grew more and more. And I would expect it's got more growth yet. So there's the Walmart superstore, which is quite a large store. Oh, somebody on Facebook is texting me, but that's okay. We're not going to answer that today. We're going to forget about that. And keep walking. Now we got a little opening between the two stores, so we'll probably pick up a little bit of wind right here, but that's okay. I'm gonna, now we'll stay here. All these stores, the loading doors are in the behind. You go right down through those roadways. If you're somebody delivering things here, go down through those roadways and around back is the loading doors for all these stores, which is about how it is in most plaza type places. There's always a road down the side and go around the back, and those are the delivery doors. So this is the supermarket, Atlantic Superstore. Right here. I guess out where I'm walking is a good place to cover this, because if you walk in close to the buildings, then you can't really see them. So out here is probably much better. Right down the parking lot is a better way to do it than walking close to the buildings. So maybe you live in a city like this, you have all these same stores, same type of plazas, the Walmart plaza places and things like that. Or maybe you live in a small village where you don't have hardly anywhere to shop. So this would be more stores right here than you have in the whole place where you live if you live in a little village. I grew up in a little village, and I think the population there is somewhere around, I think it was around 500 when I was growing up. And now, I don't know if they make it to 1,000 or not, I doubt it. Probably 700 or 800 there, and that's about it. And I can tell you there's nowhere in that town to shop. They got a little, like a 5 and dime store. And it used to be called Stedman's once, and then it changed to something else, and whatever they got in there isn't much. So if you want to buy clothes, that's probably not a good place to buy them. You better, if you live up there, better online. I won't say the name of the town because I don't want to make people feel bad that live there. But there's not much there. So myself, I like it in the cities because the cities has got a lot more to offer as far as shopping and things to do in your spare time. So people that live in small towns, they end up, when they want something to do, they go to another city. They get nothing to do in their own towns. They have to go to a city to find something to do. All right, now, I walked the rest of this before, so we're going to go down here, and I'm parked somewhere over in here. I think I'll be able to find my car. I'm over in the area where I left it. Alright, so this is basically the back end of the mall I showed you from the street right here, because they had Five Guys and Gap, all those stores. So this is the back end of it. So I think I've almost covered Bears Lake Shopping Center. I might have left a few things out. There are a few stores in another area over here, but they're not on this side of the road, and it's a little bit of a distance from here. Oh, there goes that wind again. All right, so I think I'm going to go towards my car, and I think I showed you Bears Lake as good as I can walking around here, and it's a nice place to shop with Walmart here, and the grocery store, and Canadian Tire, and all the big stores, and then there's smaller stores here too, and a lot of fast food places and places to eat. It's a good place. We come here fairly often. We go to Dartmouth Crossing more, but we do come over here fairly often too. So on that note, I think we'll just we'll point my camera towards something interesting. How about the Superstore? We'll point right there, okay? So I hope you enjoyed this video of Bears Lake, and we'll be getting another one out soon, okay? So you have a good day, enjoy the rest of the day, and we'll be talking to you again soon. Bye for now.